Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the free-to-play. Today's February 26th. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay, all things considered. What is happening? That's a good question. I know that Wrecker's in the game. Of course, you knew that because it happened like a week ago for you. But for me today, he arrived yesterday, and I don't know that I did. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Anyway, normal order of business, by the way. I know this happened like 9 days ago, real time, but I, for one, am breathing a sigh of relief if the news is true and Kathy is going to be stepping aside. I think that's probably one of, if not potentially the best news that the Star Wars universe could have. And, you know, I think there's a number of people out there who would be really good for the franchise. But one mistake that I'm pretty sure all of Hollywood keeps making is this whole thing of representation over storytelling. Storytelling should always be paramount. And when storytelling is not paramount, that's when things go sideways. It's paramount. It's very important that you put the first things first. And when it comes to franchises like Star Wars, story is the main thing. And that's the reason why I haven't really talked about the sequel trilogy, because it's you know, since Disney has had the Star Wars franchise, they've made one really good movie, and that's Andor. And the first season of Andor was pretty spectacular. It flew under the radar. I remember seeing it and being like, what is Andor? And then I didn't even know about it, but I started hearing really good things about it. So I watched it, and I was pleasantly surprised. And then, we've been waiting on season 2 for 3 years? Something like that. And it was supposed to happen last year, but the writer strike happened. And so it's going to end up coming out here in less than 60 days, April 22nd. And I'm really, really looking forward to it because, we got Mando season 1 and 2 that were really strong. Andor season 1. And, you can say what you want to about the Bad Batch. I really enjoyed the whole run of the Bad Batch. But Ahsoka season 1 was suspect at best. Skeleton Crew I was not finished, but it's okay. Obi-Wan I didn't watch, but I've heard good, mixed reviews on. And then the other thing we won't talk about. And then they cancel things that could have been really great for dumb reasons. And that specifically, I'm referring to the Cara Dune show, which Gina Carano said some stuff that, and that's the reason why they pulled the plug on her. And you can think what you want to think about Gina. She makes her own choices. I didn't think that what they were saying warranted anything, but then again, I'm not them. And realize also that when Gina said it, we lived in a different world than we do now. And I wish and I hope that whoever takes over for Kathy in the year, that they look back into it, that they do the due diligence, especially since Carl Weathers has passed, and then maybe give Gina a call and be like, hey, I know it's been a couple years, but we'd like to hear the tires on this Rangers of the Republic show. So whether or not the time for that still exists, the timing for that still exists or not, is anybody's guess. Personally, and I wish I could, there was this phenomenal comparison between the original Star Wars EU that Disney uncanonized and the Star Wars sequel, whatever, that Disney canonized. And, you can, I still believe there is room to course correct what has happened in the sequel universe. I think one of those things would be maybe just taking all of the original expanded universe stuff and incorporating it in to present day Star Wars, because I find it funny. I think I was talking about, maybe I talked about it on the Daily Show last night, about the Revenge of the Sith raid that I think we're looking at, and how that's nostalgia, and then what I didn't think about is how, people cherry pick the nostalgia that they want. Obviously, in this game, people have been asking for years for a Galactic Legend of Revan. And I think that people would break the bank for that. As do I think they would break the bank for Satele, for, obviously there's Revan Reborn, and then there's all the stuff, all the characters from the Star Wars The Old Republic game that I love. If you've never played that, I encourage you to. I've been playing a lot recently. I haven't played it in probably 5 years as much as I'm playing it right now. Loving it a lot. I'm playing a couple characters. I was playing primarily on my Sith assassin, Colette, but I was playing my Sith Juggernaut recently, and my son wanted to see me play, and so I took out my Jedi Sentinel. But really, the game, it's not a bad game. If you just accept it what it is and play it for what it is, it's no different than this game. If you don't expect too much. If at some point you do start expecting too much, Well, yeah, you're not going to get, it's not Final Fantasy 15. It's not World of Warcraft. It's not Guild Wars 2. It is its own thing. And if you just realize that it's not a perfect game, you'll be happy. If you need it to be a perfect game, then it's probably not the game for you. Just realize that the game was introduced originally. This will be year 13 for it. And they've not added enough, as much content as people would have wanted. But then again, who knows what they would do if they suddenly had an influx of people subscribing because they wanted to support the game and they felt that there was value there. And so they get unexpected income. Who knows how that would affect the game? I know that I'm going to be supporting it substantially. What that looks like exactly, I don't know. But for me, I feel like it's a game that deserves some support. And so I'm going to give it some support. I'm going to give it some money, some more money than I've given it over the past 5 years. And I've said that I haven't played it much over the last 5 years. So, but I would say I think that people should be paid for their craft. So there's that. But anyway, we didn't do a whole lot tonight because we're still saving up the our gems until for March 1st. So I thought we were only going to be at 4,500. Apparently it's going to be closer to 5,000 or maybe 5,500, which would be fine. And then, like I said, we'll spin that all the way down to 0. And then we'll come back up again. Anyway, looking forward to that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. So make sure you hold the line. God bless. And I'll see you then. Bye.